Atletico, it's a huge opportunity to impress on such a large stage. Both sides playing in their first choice strips. Real Madrid, of course, all in white. Athletic Club in the famous red and white stripes, black shorts. It's going to be Athletic Club to get things underway. It's going to be Unai Lopez to put the ball in motion. As Graham said, the playing surface is a carpet in Bilbao, who are attacking. Carvajal whips the cross in, it's collected comfortably by, it's Asensio, punched away, it was on target, nodded back to Benzema, can't quite get the power behind the header. He's disappointed, it came off the top of his head, had to react quickly, but the first real chance for with Marco Asensio, hasn't he? I'm not sure the message he's trying to... Lively opening 8 minutes, Graham.
It belies the fact that Real Madrid
looking very, very switched on in these opening minutes. Asensio, the cross comes in from Unai Lopez, and the attempt from Real Garcia, first real attempt from Athletic Club.
36 times he's played Real Madrid, only 6 wins, only 2 goals. That's very, very...
To Carvajal driving it in, looking for Benzema. Carvajal there, active, getting up. Zinedine Zidane going crazy. Williams gets this right foot, returns it to Marcelo, tries to drive one in low and hooked over that, allowed it to go through his legs. The cross swung in by Asensio.
Chance.
And on the far post, Rodrigo. The hands go to the head. What an opportunity. What an opportunity created out of almost nothing from Asensio. Well, it was so brilliant from Modric, allowing that self-nutmeg. But what a ball. Yeah. Here's Williams again. He's going to try the shot. Well, it was straight, but it was rising, and it didn't make Thibaut Courtois have to respond. But that's twice now that Iñaki Williams has found himself in more or less goal-scoring situations, and it's Muniain's clarity that leads to the shot. Asensio to Marcelo, keeps it in play, only just the ball in, showing tremendous stamina to get back from attack and help.
Well,
Sergio Ramos, I think, sorry Graham,
yeah,
I think...
struggle for chances. I think they'll be feeling relatively comfortable, but going back to you to say that I think Real Madrid, given how tired they came...
Lovely ball from Real Garcia, the flag is probably up. Onto the roof of the net, Williams. That won't count as a miss, Iñaki. The flag was up for offside, but it was lovely.
But I don't want to give the impression that Zidane or his...
Box battling with Casemiro, battling with Ramos. He just can't quite link with Real Garcia. Marcelo's gone down, clutching the inner upper thigh. It's a yellow card for Real Garcia, who pleads with Ramos to support him with the referee. I have to say, it looked fortuitous.
Studs up, studs up.
Militao forces him wide and does really, really well, because there are a few scarier feelings, I suspect, for a central defender than being caught in that position with Iñaki Williams.
Couldn't agree more. And Militao positionally is wrong. He thinks he can win this race. He can't. Yeah. And it's now.
Marcelo outside him. Asensio gets into the box, gets the cross in, finding the head of Karim Benzema.
You know,
who knows what an opportunity that was, Graham. He couldn't quite get the power behind it, couldn't quite get the contact, but it's a brilliant run from the Frenchman. But absolutely superb from Marco Asensio. That's a challenging ball, and Benzema did everything right except hit the target.
Simon,
there's pressure on as we hear the...
Win or not, I bet you that we see 45 minutes.
Vinicius left out today, replaced by Rodrigo.
And he could feature on either wing. Gaetano likes him, we'll see him at some stage.
Modric with the shots. Collected cross to Benzema. Benzema controls, still Benzema leaves it back towards... It's a quick break from Madrid. Benzema in the area. Muniain helping out at the back. Away from Real Garcia, found Casemiro.
Oh, lovely ball.
Shirts on the edge of the box. Marcelo swings the cross in, and free kick in the area. You could hear Danny Garcia's shout as he went down.
It looked to my eye, at the corner of my eye, I must admit, like an accidental collision, but Ramos was involved, so let's give Dani Garcia the benefit. Exactly why Asensio is so exciting on the left with his ball in that Rodrigo.
Turning it to Rodrigo, the first touch a heavy one, and Unai Simon's turn to show bravery diving at the feet of a rival. Carvajal, and that's excellent slot, floated to the far post. Ramos with the header.
Would get the shot and goal himself.
Well, it's an awkward cross, the cross comes in. It falls to Asensio on the left foot.
Oh, it's all hands on deck right now. You were right when you said that about Rodrigo, but just about everybody in white, in case they're subbed off, is thinking, time to up the performance. This ball, look at Vesca's anticipation.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get there...
Failing to bring the ball under control, and in the end, Courtois. Asensio looking for the arrival of Marcelo, who goes down in the area. Look at Modric, still Modric, and is blocked by...
Got there just too late.
Dani Garcia's left foot on the toe of Marcelo. I think the penalty will be given.
I repent.
Penalty given. Then, Marcelo's won it.
Then let me take the words back and say kudos. I repent.
In the stair, here he comes. Hop, skip, jump. 1-0, Sergio Ramos, goal number 11 of the season. We're talking about this possibly being Real Madrid's year. We're talking about it being Zinedine Zidane's La Liga title. We've had experts here saying it's going to be Benzema's title. It's going to be Sergio Ramos's title if they go on to win it, Graham.
He's an extraordinary man, an extraordinary leader. Almost fearless, almost nerveless. When he makes mistakes, he gets over them. But if you offer him a sniff at something in a pressure moment, these days now particularly, he very rarely...
Lucas gets the cross into the far post. Raul Garcia's down in the penalty area.
Yeah, he went down next to Ramos.
Do you know how many times I've said that sentence?
Well,
from Gil Manzano in the VAR operation room in Madrid. Benzema can't keep the ball in play, looks aghast as the referee gives a goal kick, but he can see the humour in it. They're 1-0 up now, but there's no question it's a penalty, and look at Casemiro not even looking as Ramos takes the penalty. But let's have a word about Sergio Ramos. You've talked about his bravery, you've talked about his confidence. His personality alone seems to be driving this Real Madrid juggernaut towards the La Liga title.
Well, it's a nice mix. If you are born...
Yet, who he's replaced? Dani Garcia.
The angry Dani Garcia.
In you go. Just too firm. It's for Unai Simon, isn't it?
He's nerveless, but
to the far post, the edge of the box rather. And Oscar de Marcos can't bring it down.
Modric did so well because he's in the area where de Marcos is wanting to have balance, just a split second to control it. Modric is there, not touching the ball, but all over him. Look here now.
Yeah.
That just means that when he swipes that.
Asensio looking for the arrival of Marcelo, who goes down in the area. Look at Modric, still Modric. And is blocked by the stair. Here he comes. Hop, skip, jump. 1-0, Sergio Ramos, goal number 11 of the season. We're talking about this possibly being Real Madrid's year. We're talking about it being Zinedine Zidane's La Liga title. We've had experts here saying it's going to be Benzema's title. It's going to be Sergio Ramos's title if they go on to win it, Graham.
He's an extraordinary man, an extraordinary leader. Almost fearless, almost nerveless. When he makes mistakes, he gets over them. But if you offer him a sniff at something in a pressure moment, these days now particularly, he very rarely...
They're 1-0 up now, but there's no question it's a penalty, and look at Casemiro not even looking as Ramos takes the penalty. But let's have a word about Sergio Ramos. You've talked about his bravery, you've talked about his confidence. His personality alone seems to be driving this Real Madrid juggernaut towards the La Liga title.
Well, it's a nice mix. If you are born